The reason we squeeze down variety of the human potential is that we can't handle it. We can't handle it. We can't handle it. I am trying to offer you a new way of looking at this problem, to demonstrate to you various techniques which are available once you start thinking in those terms, and which I have tried out in various ways. If you are going to avoid technocracy, that systems do not settle down until the variety is equivalent.
Then he writes another. Well, that's already a sort of melody. It's a two-note melody. Sort of.
So it's a bit like water finding its own level. Variety finds its own level.
Then we add another note. Well, it's already a little more melodious, isn't it? But if he then adds a few more, oh, we've got Mendelssohn's Wedding March.
Because you cannot live with it if it doesn't.
There's music, there's melody.
The rest is just the same, isn't it? It doesn't really work, does it? Did you try? Shouldn't it be a bit more? Or this? This? Yes. Better? What do you think?
I'm saying, first of all, that we have squeezed our range of options. Now, anything that you have in your head as an explanation of what the hell is going on is a model of the world. And we've got to realize that we may get those models wrong and reduce variety, and overly reduce variety. We say of somebody else, oh, that's not him. That's not typical at all. He was not acting in character. How do we know, you see? What we mean is that the model we have of him doesn't fit what he's doing. And instead of saying our model is wrong, we say he's not himself today. And it's just the same as the example I gave you earlier of big social systems, where we say, well, that doesn't work, but instead of saying, therefore, it's wrongly structured, we say, well, it's aberrant behavior. So our models are not necessarily adequate at all, and they are variety reducers. Now,
But okay, then just can you clarify the relationship between variety and technical change, and is variety or choice a goal in itself?
well, frankly, I think you're doing marvelously yourself. I mean, this is just what I asked you to do. I'm not trying to duck anything here. I mean, I said, please grapple with this stuff, and this is the very point. The human potential does have this variety thing to do.
There's music, there's melody.
Now that's a use of variety, but if you're taught that you can only have one kind of music for ideological reasons, then you can't be Bach. Because everything you do will either amplify or attenuate variety. All of this is built on the analysis of how variety absorbs variety.
To communicate an idea, you have to have an adequate variety handling apparatus.
What? Sorry, I don't understand.
You need lots of words to say something complex.
You see,
We can explain that with
this conversation, everybody else please note, is exactly exemplifying what I said. You need variety to absorb variety. He's come through with a whole basin full of variety, which is thrown at this guy like a bucket of water, who says, ow, you know, I'm drenched. This is because there's too much variety and too little absorbing capacity of that remark. Now, what do you do in a conversation? You do exactly what our friend here just did and say, hold it, fella, I mean that, I don't know what you're talking about. This forces him to redefine the terms. Now, notice what will happen by the time these two chaps have simmered down over a beer and understood each other. They will both have the same variety. That's the lesson. Because he will have explained something of certain complexity which he will have taken on board with a certain equivalent complexity. Whether they agree or disagree, I don't care.